Hello and welcome to Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. We are your hosts, Vidas Pinkevičius
and Aušra Pinkevičienė.
We've been mastering secrets of organ playing for more than 20 years and sharing them on this blog since 2011.
On this show, which we create from our home in Vilnius, Lithuania, we strive to help you grow in every area of organ playing, including practice, technique, repertoire, sight reading, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory, harmony, and many others.
Our hope is to help you become a complete musician, or what we call as total organist, a program which we have created to help you reach your dreams faster than you would do on your own.
If you are new here, we invite you to subscribe to receive free updates of this blog at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video how to master any organ composition and 10-day organ playing mini course.
And now let's go to the podcast for today. Hi guys, this is Vidas.
And Aušra.
Let's start episode 442 of Secrets of Organ Playing podcast. This question was sent by Erika, and she writes, I'm working on the choir piece for Easter. Beautiful piece, quite a bit trickier than I usually do. It's become an Easter tradition. A couple of sections are like a fugue, and there is one section that I didn't practice as I should have when I first learned it several years ago. So now I have to drill it every year or my fingers seem to fall into the wrong place at the wrong time. Aušra, does it sound familiar?
True, it sounds so familiar.
Why?
Even painfully familiar. Because, that's what I did in my youth, when I would learn music incorrectly or, wouldn't work on certain spots as, well as I had to. And I have told this many times already, but I will repeat it once again that it's easier to learn new piece than to correct the old one that you have learned incorrectly. Don't you agree?
Exactly. It's if you imagine teaching your dog some tricks, right? It's easier to teach a new trick to your dog than to change some variation of the same trick to the same dog.
Well, I'm not a dog trainee, so I don't know exactly.
But you're training me.
Well, it's a hard job.
How is it going?
Not well. So far, not well. Not much progress.
But you are a good coach, right?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
You give me treats.
I'm not sure.
Treats in the form of sweets.
Well, that's not a good way to train anybody, because you might get diabetes.
Exactly. You have to punish for mistakes instead of rewarding them. Right, Aušra?
I think you are nonsensical.
Excellent. So, do you think Erika could reward herself a little bit for her achievements on some piece? Do you think that this would help her develop good habits?
That might be, a case, but I'm wondering, since it's not a new piece and she is repeating it not for a first time and she still struggles in the same spots, I would suggest strongly for her, to rethink her fingering and, to restudy those spots because something might be really wrong with them. Because it shouldn't be like this. If you are repeating this piece, over the many years.
That's what she writes. She has to drill it every year or my fingers seem to fall in the wrong place.
Or it could be, that those particular spots are just really difficult. And simply, you have to work more on them.
Even for choir accompaniment, sometimes it's important to write down fingering.
True. And since it's, accompaniment, you could actually change it a little bit. You might omit or rearrange some things if, it really gives you trouble.
Agree.
Of course, to give more specific advices, I would have to, to check score for myself. And then I could suggest what you could, omit or do other way or differently.
Yeah, it's hard to be specific when we don't even know the name of the piece.
Because, if accompaniment is originally, let's say, composed for the organ, then it might not be a good idea, to play it differently. But often the case with accompaniment is that, the piece wasn't composed originally for choir and organ. It might be, composed for choir and piano, or choir and orchestra, or choir and instrumental ensemble. So you really need to, to check the origin of the piece.
It might have been a piece for choir and orchestra arranged for choir and piano.
That's right. So in that case, if it's not an original piece, you are free actually to do things what you need with accompaniment to make it to fit the organ and to make it comfortable for yourself.
Exactly.
Because if you are accompanying choir or ensemble or any other instruments or soloists, and if you will not feel comfortable with your accompaniment, it won't be good, because it's you who are giving support, who are basically leading entire choir.
You're right, Osha. Can it be done on the spot, or do you have to write it down?
Well, I would do it on the spot. Maybe I would add some markings in the score or cross off some things.
I think
But I would not rewrite the entire score.
I think we will put it to practice this summer as well, because we're committed to performing a symphonic poem by Lithuanian Romantic composer Mikalojus Konstantinas Čiurlionis, and this symphonic poem is called In the Forest, and we are playing from the arrangement for two pianos, and we're sitting on one organ bench performing on separate manuals, but on one instrument and not on the piano and on the organ. So obviously we'll have to adapt it to fit the texture of the organ, but we're not going to write it down. We're doing on the spot.
That's right, because we don't have time to rewrite it all. So
necessity is the mother of invention, as they say. So maybe Erika could also develop this skill of rearranging a little bit some things. Thanks, guys. We hope this was useful to you. Please send us more of the questions. We love helping you grow. And remember, when you practice,
miracles happen.
This blog is supported by Total Organist, the most comprehensive organ training program online, where you will find courses for every area of organ playing, including technique, practice, sight reading, repertoire playing, hymn playing, improvisation, composition, music theory and harmony, with hundreds of scores and thousands of exercises. Here is what some of the students are saying.
Hugh writes, "The sight reading course has helped me tremendously. Thank you very much for your SS courses and all your help."
Robert writes, I found the fingerings, registration ideas and general comments to be excellent.
John writes, "I have found your download very helpful. It was really excellent. I have watched some of your teaching videos, and when I read your instructions, I tried to imagine you are there teaching me. You may feel disappointed that I am 2-3 days behind, but I am a slow learner, and I have committed to taking the time to get it right, as you say. But the other night my wife commented that she had never heard me play such a detailed melody in the left hand so well. My left hand is generally poor.
Robert writes, "It has been a great pleasure in my life of having discovered your courses and material as well as the YouTube work of recordings. You have a calm and pleasant way of teaching."
Ron writes, "Hi Vidas and Ausra, thank you guys. What a wonderful response to my email note to you. You've got me right, and I feel you understand my level of playing. Yes, at home and lucky that I have an organ for that reason. I am paying attention to this, and I am going to try this haha no longer secret model. Yes, and I love Cesar Frank too. What is very nice about your blog podcast is that Ausra and Vidas are like a Socratic dialogue, and by bouncing things off of each other, so much more information comes out and is expressed. Your comments contain a wealth of information and understanding. I really appreciate this. It is very inspiring and will keep us moving forward."
Would you like to receive the same or even better results that our students are getting? If so, join them at organduo.lt/total-organist. And of course, you will get the first month free too. You can cancel anytime.
Also, if you haven't yet subscribed to receive free updates of this blog, make sure you do that at organduo.lt. By subscribing, you will also receive free video, how to master any organ composition, and 10-day organ playing mini course.
This was Vidas.
And Ausra from Secrets of Organ Playing.
And remember, when you practice,
Miracles happen.